Alright everybody, welcome back into another daily recap. Today, since I could not watch a chart for most of the time, most of New York, I didn't trade, and I also decided that if I was not able to trade, I will take this opportunity to don't have a look, not even at TradingView during the whole New York session, in order to do a live backtesting of gold with you now. So of course I know something, which is of course now that the price is 17.29, and I know that at this time, so during New York Stock Exchange, we had this report, so I'm expecting that during this time this shitty report will show some bullish price action on gold, but we don't know up until this time what will happen. We don't know if this will actually be confirmed as a bullish bias, but as you can see here, we're going to start. Now this is the beginning of today, and we are going to, of course, jump into New York, because that's when I trade. So we're going to have a look. Okay, this one, we are coming into, this one was London, and we are coming towards pre-New York. So we're going to have a look. Let me put here. Okay. Okay, this is New York Open. Okay, this is the last candle before New York Open, and as we can see, if we go and have a look at the chart in the whole, we see that the price from yesterday, this was yesterday's liquidity area, the demand area that was turning, as I showed you, was turning from resistance, turning support, and as you can see, the supply area has now become a demand area over here, creating this support. And I want to see if there's any other price sensitivity area that I should take into consideration. We have these candles over here, which was the last one before going back down. We could have this one on the top, and of course this one, but is, see, this one, and now you duplicate. Okay, this one on the top, but I think it's a little bit too far away to touch, but maybe we will touch it anyway. Why don't you? Okay, there you go. So we have these liquidity areas that might act as a possible supply area. So it's not really it's quite too messy to look at, but let's see. Okay, so as a first analysis, we are coming towards the chart, and we see that price created this support, and yes, we have this resistance which was already broken in pre-New York, and we left this support and possible rejection area. So that means that if the price was to reject over here, I would look for buys at this level, or possibly deeper at this level to go back up. That's because these are the possible supports. Of course, if the price shows clear breaking of that level, then of course I will not consider sells. I will need my my confirmations. These candles, as you can see already, now we have this one was the last 5 minutes before New York Open, is already showing some rejection. So this is something that we can take into consideration for pre-New York. That is exactly at the PPL. we might have a retracement and a pullback, but the retracement can go like in this small range of 10 pips. Yes, it can go even further, but I will not take it right now this sell straight away, even though it's a, I mean, it's a quite a big candle. But let's have a look and on the 1 minute so that we can have all the price action that we want. So as you can see, New York Open was confirming this was the idea that this was the idea and this was the confirmation. As you can see from the candles, top week left, top week left, top week left. The price was never able, we don't even need this anyway, but price was never able to break and make new highs. So if the price, this was the only liquidity grab from that he had here, then the price will break above, at least close above. Now we are at this level, we can easily get a rejection. That's why I don't like really entering like 3 minutes before New York Open, even though I might have the understanding that we, being at a supply area, being a pre-New York, we can have a pullback. But I mean, this is quite already. If you enter over there, or even with this confirmation, this is 10, 12 pips, as I told you like 2 minutes ago. But here we can have even further down here, we can have the bounce up. Of course, we can, if we keep seeing very strong bearish candle price action momentum, then we can have the possible pullback down here to then come back up or retrace and find its support over here to come back up like this. That's because of possible support, and we are talking about scalping, so I'm not talking that from here it will need to go 100 pips. We're talking about very small range, and from here is very also likely that if the price wants to continue back down, it will retrace, make a pullback, maybe even very aggressive here, then make a pullback, and then this will be your premium sell area for price to continue down, or at least if you enter here, you have your 10 pips to take advantage of this range of this moment. But let's just see what happens. So as you can see now, is already giving a bullish candle. That doesn't mean that, okay, we are at support, I have to buy. No, I mean, if we are in sells from here, 15, 20 pips, we already took the partials, so we are at break even, and we have the rest running risk free. And we're not taking buys over there because the price can still go to the level before jumping back up. Yes, exactly. These yellow lines are quite confusing. This is also a PPL, so there might be the opportunity that the price will bounce from there, but there's no need to take every candle a trade. So now, for example, we are taking out, but we see that this candle is already leaving a top wick. So now if the very next candle leaves another top wick, retests, and then closes a wick, maybe even a couple more, then we can have another leg of impulsive movement. But let's see, can still go back up and show this as a support. Okay. This candle left a lower wick, which is the opposite of what I was saying, but still we are not closing above these candle bodies. So still we are in the middle of the range. Exactly like that, very aggressive, but look at the candle closing. So this is almost going back to the level. But I mean, this level doesn't mean anything. It's just about the supply area. So if we want to just look at this, as you can see, close above the PPL. So the next one can easily, even if, especially if this one was in the last few seconds, last 10 seconds, this one can already give you a bullish candle with no lower wick. Okay, lower wick and goes in bullish. for me now we are sort of creating a support because we have multiple taps of this PPL. We have 10 minutes into New York, and we can possibly have a buy setup now if this was liquidity. Small candle. Okay, this is showing you again that the price is not ready. Okay, I mean, if you want price to go bullish from here, that's not the price action that you want. This is exactly what I was looking at. This level, let me just put a trend line over here, is being respected. This one has been respected as well. So now, for now, we are in a sort of middle position, but we are still validating this and this price action as failure to break above. So that's very, very interesting to understand. If the price breaks below here, it's going quite fast, at least to this level. As you can see, we are compressing the price action. As you can see, we were bouncing, but now we are compressing the price action in a sort of wedge. So it's very likely that the price will break in either way, and the break will be quite aggressive. Small candle still closing above the PPL, but very, very, very small. So still can be a bearish bias. And there you go. As I told you, one candle goes all the way back down. We're coming towards COMEX open. This one is the first bounce to the, I think I showed you before. That the below there it will do the pullback exactly and to go down. Let's see now if it does the pullback. This bounce is absolutely obvious. It's not about taking the trade because you know that the price is most likely to retest the low of this order block and then continue down. So what you're waiting is some sort of bearish candle grabbing some liquidity on the top, and or even here because the price closed below, so the price can even the price action can still go immediately. You can enter over here, for example, you still have this room, so you are still safe because the stop loss is covering your PSA. The price can go here and then continue down when it has the right liquidity, or you can take COMEX open exactly as I showed you. Top wick still at the level and then going very aggressive bearish candle, and this is 25 pips in a few minutes. As you can see, this PSA is broken. As I told you, there was this pullback happening, but now we are at this PPL. We can't really be sure, that the price will continue bearish. So let me move this on the right, because at this level we can still have some pullback. Now this candle is closing with a rejection. If the very next candle gives us a lower wick, or even whatever respects this level and gives some bullish confirmation, then we can have a long position, especially if you consider that if you entered at this end of the pullback, maybe over here because you saw the price was retracing, you have these partials taken 25 pips and you are at break even. So you are sort of edging against this sell, so that if the price wants to go back up, yes, this one will be taken out at break even, but you will profit from here. Or if the price will drop immediately down, you will get this loss, but you will still have these profits going. Let's see the very next candle. Smaller. Obviously, you don't have to have it in one single candle. This one is going bullish. Now the price, we are in a bearish trend. Now we are looking for scalps. You might consider scalps, but we don't know where the price, if the price wants to continue bearish, where the price will react. So this one for you is a high risk, high reward buy entry if you are willing to hedge against these sells. I don't like this candle because this one is sort of showing continuation down. But if we have the continuation down, we have this level to be broken, because if the price will do a double bottom, that's exactly where the price will react. Okay, grabs liquidity, very strong, very weird candle because it goes up and then goes down, still sort of respecting these lows, but I mean the price action is clearly against you if you are on the bullish side. But let's see the very next candle. Going down, leaving a huge lower wick. And this one went up and then closes bearish. So for me now it's continuation bearish, the pattern, because as you can see, this wick respected these previous lows in order to continue down. This one is not necessary anymore because the price action is showing us that is not relevant. And as you can see, this one will be still 30 pips in profit. Never went back to your break even. Okay, continues down, huge wick. So you see that at this previous PSA, price reacted. We don't know if the price will continue back to this strong support. Remember that this is the support on the 15-minute. Exactly, you can even go down here. If the price now, yes, is showing some sort of rejection on the upside, but we don't know if that's it or it will need to grab liquidity further down to jump back up again. So let's see. Exactly, the price action, very strong bearish. Look, engulfs and closes without not even a single indecision. Now what we might see is even a candle that goes over there, or a couple candles, depends on the volatility, and then closes with a sort of wick, not like this, maybe closes like this, but wick on the bottom, maybe wick on the top, but showing some rejection over there. This candle is exactly the one that I showed you. Okay, no, it doesn't want to show me my beautiful drawing. Okay, it looks like now that the price is creating a support at this PSA, but we still have all these price action where the price can pull back to go further down. So we have to be careful if you're looking for buys. Okay, nice candles. Looks like we have liquidity to go on the upside. Let's see at this PSA what happens. Small candle. How it closes. Okay, this one goes down and closing bullish. So it's a good candle. For now, we don't have confirmation of this possibility, of this trade idea. So it's not like you enter with this candle, with smaller candle. So we're going to see the next one. Looks like it, because it goes bearish. Small candle that I don't like, but still respecting these previous lows. And it goes down again. So as you can see, this trade idea was valid for now if you entered over there at this previous candle, red candle, and we are already 10 pips in profit. This candle can start to create higher lows and higher highs, as you can see here, if this one is respected. Okay, you see that so small these candles, so this one would have been okay as a scalp with 10 pips partials, but now it looks like that we can continue up, but still we have to break this PSA. And as you can see, price failed to break. This could have been your further / second entry on the downside when you see the candle closing at the PPL, failing to close above, and this candle starting to go down. It's quite good, still not much of a range, not even 10 pips, and these two candles are leaving lower wicks. So what I told you about before, I think was here or here, about a double bottom. It's that now we can create a double bottom. So that's why we have to respect these candles lows in order to confirm a double bottom. Let's say it closes, is closing with a rejection. Let's say it closes up. So we are either in a range or sort of a double bottom at a big supply area, but we are not touching that supply area. So I'm not going to the other time frames because I don't want to spoil myself. But now we are looking at a double bottom. We are starting to see that possible, but a double bottom is only confirmed when it breaks the neck of the double bottom itself. Otherwise, if it fails to create a new higher low and a higher high, it can reject a continue bearish. So we have still to be careful. And if you want to take high risk, high reward entries, that's up to you. I'm just showing you what the price action means. Let's see how it closes. Very nice. We are still at this level, but possibly now it might be the time that it breaks. Rejection, as you can see, going back down. Let's see at the PPL at the support what happens. As you can see, again, this same support has been respected, this same level. So you could have scalped from this level where they said rejection, 10, 14 pips, to another 10, 11 pips, because this is the same price action as here. Strong, again. Now this is the new 4-hour candle, so we can expect volatility and a lot of momentum. This candle closing like this means that it was down, and then possibly at the break of this level, the price can go very aggressively bullish. Tack. There you go. There you go. Let's see. Okay, you can immediately see something. Of course, if you were still in the buys from here, with the new hourly, I just told you, the price breaks here, goes 17 pips in profit immediately. As I told you right now that this was the price action with the correct timing. So we have a support. We have this candle that is the after the new hourly open that fails to break below, still closes with a huge rejection, a huge liquidity. And I'm not saying that you should enter immediately, because you can't enter right here if you have the the failed breakout. You can enter with maybe a pending order above here, above these previous wicks. This one is very weird. Either you enter over here, or you have to wait for the break above this level, because I just show you, unless we break this low, this previous lower high, if we break it, then price can continue up. But if it doesn't break, the price will likely continue down or grab some more liquidity. So for now, the price is not breaking yet. So you either take buys at this support that I told you, or you wait. Okay, and now I was telling you, look at these candles. So let me put this. Look at the wicks. For now, these wicks, where are we? We are still, I think we still have some room to the PPL and these previous lows for price to go bullish before going back down. But these wicks are showing you weakness, are showing you that this might have been only the pullback of the new 4-hour candle. And now you can either wait for some action here, or if you see that the price is breaking below these previous lows, there's a high chance that the price will give you a scalp on the sell side. There you go. There you go. Easy, easy, easy. And then what I showed you before, and you have to go and rewatch, when the price is breaking above the lower highs, it makes a break, a retest to continue up. So this is your trade opportunity for buys, because now you have sells here, which are already in partials taken. If you enter over here, 13 pips. So you took your partials, you're just running at break even. You can take a risk-free, basically risk-free buys if you want. Otherwise, remember there's a chance that the price, if the price wants to continue bearish, what is likely to do is give you another bullish candle, and then from this level, go back down. So that's up to you to be very careful and what you want to do, what you want to enter. As you can see, not even at the PPL, it just continued down. So now we have to look at, we have our buys still going. We have to have a look at what happened with this mess. Is this liquidity enough to break below the support? And what will happen once the support is broken? What will happen here, which is a 15-minute demand area? What will happen? We will break or we will bounce. So that's very interesting. Not even. Already this price action was enough. And if you enter buys, let's see now. If you enter buys over here with 15, 20 pips, you'll still be okay. If you want to enter with the 22 pips, you'll still be okay. I mean, of course, you don't want to use such a big stop loss, but if you enter and you have this price action on the left, you don't know where the price can go before going back up. But still, now it's going. Now, you have to be very mindful. What will happen over here? What will happen? Now it looks like it's continuing bullish. We are the first sign of a possible rejection, but we are still going bullish. We closed above here. We can fill this week, and if we fill this week, we can easily go over there. So let's have a look at what happens, or if this is the level of rejection to continue down. Looks like it. But now, exactly what I was telling you, okay, but that doesn't mean that every time it goes there and we retrace, it will go back down. Because now, if the liquidity was good enough, then the price can continue. So you might take the sell, but not necessarily. Or if you take the sell, make sure you have a good enough stop loss, because you want to cover everything, and then take risk trade management. If you see the price here, maybe you don't want to have the full risk on, so you take 50% of the table if you want to see the price to go up. But still, remember that this candle is not closing, is not engulfing. Maybe the next candle will give you a lower wick and then go and closes bullish, and that will be your opportunity to enter these sells if you enter. But for now, yes, it looks like the price is not immediately going bearish, but it's not that concerning. Now we are staying below the PPL, and there you go. It closes with a strong rejection, but if you enter there, you have your 9 pips. That's why you should have, if you wanted to enter in anticipation of a rejection, you would have entered very, very earlier. But now let's see. This candle doesn't have a lot of body. It still has a lot of liquidity. We don't know when that happens. What happened? So we're going to see now. Okay, looks like it was a bullish, but look at it, how it closes. Look how it closes. And again, and again, as you can see. Look at the candle. Look how it closes this candle. We're staying below this level. We're staying below the PPR. And this is 11 pips. You are concerned about this candle? You saw how it closed. It closed bearish, basically, with a strong rejection. So that's why you have further opportunity. Now we still have this level. Let's see what happens. It closes like this. Okay. Then it's a very strong bearish momentum if it closes like this. And the next one breaks the low. Let's see at the support. Starts to slow down and gives you a candle signal. Let's see if it is strong enough. Maybe it wants to do I mean, is expected because we are in a strong PSA. Look at the price action on the left. Maybe you just want to retrace and then go back. There you go. There you go. As I told you, retrace and then closes bearish. You have further scalps. You know this price action. You know when the price is failing to break, you can enter your sells because you saw it before it happened. And now we are at this strong support. So as I showed you, a lot of scalps can go doing this. Even this part. Now we are 1 minute before New York Stock Exchange Open. New York Stock Exchange Open can give you a pullback to these lows to then continue up, or can give you this from immediately over there, or can go down, up and to go down. So it's quite risky, but this is a strong support. So you might take into consideration the buys. As you can see, unless if you entered exactly this candle, you will be safe. But this candle closure is closing below the support. It's giving us possibility of continuation bearish. Not so much, but still the top week is quite good. Now we can start to be concerned. So as you can see, if you enter buys, you're okay. But let's see where the price is going. Where is giving us some rejection? We don't know now. Look, huge liquidity on the upside and huge rejection at this previous PSA. And this is a well enough confirmation for entering sells, even though what is a difference? The difference is that this pullback, this one was coming from the middle of the range, 1 and 2. This pullback is coming from a supply area, demand area, sorry. So this liquidity, yes, can give you 10 pips on the downside, and we're going to see if it does, but most likely it will give you, and this candle is confirming you, it can bounce from there and go up because this is sort of a real liquidity. So might be just a fake out, we don't know. If you entered, you still have your PSA covered, so you can manage your trade afterwards. As I showed you, as you can see, easy. That's because why the price didn't go back like it did here, because this liquidity is different from this one. Now we still have to face this rejection. It's not necessarily guaranteed that the price will continue up. Smaller, but yes, it's smaller, but it doesn't necessarily mean that the sellers are in control. Look, you see the wick? Let me go back. You might think for a few seconds, wow, strong bearish. Nope, because the price went to this wick, to these previous highs, and grab liquidity. So it's most likely that this area will break. Another liquidity grab and it continues up. Let's see now. We have to look at what will happen over here. Or of course, we have this huge weak zone, but with volume, I expect this price action to be broken very, very fast. There you go. But now, what are we going to do here? What are we going to do? We're going to sell. Not a chance yet. Look at this, the candle is very small. We can still have another equal bearish candle like this. Not yet. Now it's starting to look okay. Sellers might have some orders over here. Still, I don't like this candle for an entry because it still grabs some liquidity, so it can still continue up maybe over there. But maybe the next candle will give us some further opportunity for understanding the next price action. Okay, and this one is exactly, if you remember, the time, that is 15:45. I told you, dog shit report. So that's why this one was very bullish for gold, and that's exactly what happened. Price went broke and went immediately to this next supply. We don't know how important this report it is for the investors. So it might as well be that, yes, we did like 40 pips in a candle, but now it will as fast get rejected. Let's see. No, it was very important. We broke above this PSA, this liquidity zone, and keeps going. Now it looks like we're going to get a, what's the word? A rejection, a retracement, at least a retracement to these previous lows for price to continue up if he wants. If he wants to use it as a support. Okay, double top and fails to break. I don't really like to trade these news because I don't know when the price will go. Maybe enter sells here and I get stopped out before going back down. So I don't like to trade this, but this is a double top clearly. And now price, if it breaks below this level, can easily go back down. There you go. Now we are slowing down at the supply area and is giving you the buy scalp that I was talking about, 17 pips. Your stop loss is safe. You don't use 10 pips, use 15, 20 pips, it's safe. Not a single candle close below your level. Look, that's another scalp. 29 pips, as I showed you. Using this supply area now as a demand for price to continue up, at least at this level. Fails, is failing to break. Now, I see weakness. I don't see anymore that strength. So I'm waiting for a bearish candle over there. Not yet. Not yet. Closing quite bullish. So now I want another further confirmation for that. And that is it. That is it at the top before going down. But now we're going to wait, see if the price is making lower highs. So just give me a second. Pause. Okay, sorry guys, but it's the job calls, and we're going to see what happens now. Okay, for now it doesn't want to do anything. It just wants to use this liquidity. Of course, if you are in sales from here, you are still in profit. You don't care. You quite. What happened was that you edged, because if you were in buys, as I told you, I mean, you could have been easily in sells from here, because I told you that we were looking for a rejection and this double top confirmed. So you were 30 pips in profit. So you were already okay. And you decided to edge with buys because you understood that the supply area can become demand. So you went in profit for 30 pips. Now this one was taken out at break even. And now when you're here, you have your final TP way above. And you say, okay, I'm seeing there's a rejection exactly at these previous highs. And I'm seeing the rejection on the chart. So I want to enter as hedge. Now this one is a break even. I want to hedge against this, and you take your profit. Now, as you can see, this is perfect. This one was taken out at break even after you took the partials. This one is still alive. So that's why your hedge, wherever it goes, you are in profit. Now you have 35 pips. That's very good. Look where the price is going. Another rejection. And I showed you before that I put this, and of course we don't, it was like here, we don't know where, but okay, price can still make new highs, lower highs. So let's see now what happens. Do we want to enter sells straight away, or might price jump from here or from here? So we might want to consider it. We don't know when the price will rotate now again, because this one was not a price sensitivity area or a liquidity area that was already on the charts. Staying below. This is staying below. So if he wants to retest, I want to see some clear weakness in the sellers and some buyers jumping back in. Otherwise, if I enter sell at this candle close, I'm still okay. I will still keep it on. As you can see, it goes. It's not showing weakness. Now it's showing weakness, as you can see, but we are closing below the PPL, so it might as well go down again. Not look at this candle, how weak it closed. So you might, if you're in sells from there and you didn't take any partials, you might want to exit. Either take 50%, which is almost at break even, because now yes, the price can respect this level. These are weak. It is can do a week and then continue bearish. But do you want to take the risk? That's up to you. There you go. It's continuing bearish. It's absolutely continuing bearish. There you go. Now we see at this demand area what happens. It breaks, it melts. Melts with a strong, is a weird closure, but there's no sign for buys yet. It's not like a candle setup. Let's see. Might be, but we are still, where are we? We are below this level. We are below. So this support can be now turned into a resistance. So you can either enter sells here or wait for a candle setup. Candle setup is exactly there. And there you go, profits. Easy, because the price just went to retrace. The main point is understanding where the candles are closing. These are 30 pips. And again, now what are we doing? We are retesting the lows of the demand area. So I'm expecting sells, and this week can already be it. We can already go straight down from there. Okay, not immediately, but these candles are showing you the weakness that you want to see in the charts. We are showing you that this price action can happen. Let's see the very next candles. Boom. Now we are bouncing. Let's see if it was at least 10 pips. It was at least 10 pips. Now look on the left. Where are we rejecting? Now I'm not going to enter buys. Why? Because we have this huge PSA on the top. I'm not entering immediately sells because we have this strong PSA on the bottom. But I want to see further confirmation of sellers jumping back in and fighting the buyers, because this candle is quite weak. Now this one is not, but where does it stop? Will it stop over there? Let's see. No, it just wants to retrace, maybe retrace all the way back. That's why I told you I don't enter sells or buys, because I don't know when the price will go. You might say, yeah, you enter buys, it will be in profit, but I mean, how many trades did we take already? So that's good enough. Price bounced from this level, which was already on the chart. I mean, that is it. 1730, probably also a very important level, key level. There you go, bounce back up. If you wanted to enter sell, if you wanted to just wait for support, that was your trade idea. This idea was invalid. Why? Because this candle didn't close below the PPL, didn't show further that the price will make new lows. Let's see now. Is it reacting somewhere, or is it just continuous up? Okay, PPL, rejection, engulfing. You see this candle is reacting at a level and is showing you confirmation. This one was not reacting at any level, maybe at these lows, but was not showing you if it closed over here, then it would be a sell confirmation. This one is a further sell confirmation. Look. This candle leaves a top wick, and then closing with the rejection. There you go. Now we made a new higher low. So now for me, it's already almost too late because I already took my trades. Now the price can start consolidating. Now maybe the price will react at this PPL and continue down. And maybe continue down up until this level and it will be pushed back up. We don't know. As you can see, it's not a clear action. Look at these higher lows being printed. Yes, we are also making new lower highs, but we have this level to break. And we don't. Now we are late. We are now, New York, London is closed. That's up to you if you want to trade. There you go. Now we are bouncing from there. What are we going to do now? We don't know. You see how the shape of the market structure changed now from before. Before was easy. And this is it, guys. I didn't know. I swear. I didn't know anything about this price action. I only know about what might happen on the 5 minute, 15 minute, 1 minute, as you can see now. Okay, so what happened was price kept his head below the supply area. When he broke below these lows, first he retraced there, then he showed weakness over there, then closed below there, below these previous lows, retraced, pullback. As you can see here, very, very straightforward continuation down. Look, oh, we have a support. What is this candle telling me? Rejection. Exactly these lows. Failed to make, look at this, how many strong bearish candle we have. We failed to make a new high multiple times. If you want to enter here, this is the worst price that you can possibly have, but of course you don't have to enter over there. But this is lowest price, but with the best confirmation. This one, this candle, this very next candle closes like this. You are not very happy. This candle engulf is starting to go there. You enter 10 pips, and you are in huge profits. Now where it doesn't want to go? It wants to go to this previous supply, previous demand area, might be. Might as well be. There you go. There you go. Look at where the price gives us a rejection, exactly at this line that we drew beforehand. But this is it, guys. See you next week.